What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video today, and in this video we are Des Moines International Airport for the 41st airport update for the month of April 2024. We've got some new scenery for this Des Moines International Airport update, as I've essentially just flipped corners as to where the table is placed for the Des Moines International Airport. It used to be laid out like this in the direction that my hand is pointing, but now it's perpendicular to that, as I accidentally dropped part of the jet bridge behind it when I was setting this airport update up earlier today from this video being recorded. And I decided, you know what, I need to move this because it's getting tiring for me to try and reach those United gates over there, which we'll look at here in a little bit. So I figured, let me just flip this around and we'll work with it best we can. I'll lose out on some of the C gates over there, so you win some, you lose some, but I'm willing to take whatever I can get. But thankfully, at least to this update, the gates C2, 4, and, well, C6 is being used, but 2 and 4, those are going to be the hardest ones to reach. Those are not in use for this update, so that will be pretty good. So we'll start off here with two Allegiant aircraft that we have on the ground. At Alpha 1 there in the background, try to set the camera to focus on that so it's not doing that with the A320. So there we go. Do that in the best way we can. So gate Alpha 1, we've got this Allegiant A319 coming in from Austin as flight 1502. This arrived in at 5:57 p.m. ahead of a scheduled 6:13 p.m. arrival. Nice twice weekly service here for Austin to Des Moines. It operates on Sunday and Thursday, which it will here in May. And they're going to add a third frequency to this service in July. It will be a Saturday frequency, so you'll have Sunday, Thursday, Saturday. A great way to get around and go down to Austin for a weekend maybe, as long as the flights are still affordable at that point in time. And then just below that, we'll take a look at this A320 as I set the camera to focus on that. And of course, the one time I do want it to focus on the 320, it's not going to. So we're just going to do a little bit of magic like that. Gate Alpha 3, this Allegiant A320 came in from Newark as flight 432 at 2:17 p.m. ahead of a scheduled 3:10 p.m. arrival. So this arrived in 53 minutes ahead of schedule. I don't know what kind of atrocity this is, but I would not expect this from Allegiant, to be totally honest, but really cool here nonetheless. So this Newark service is also twice weekly like the Austin service, although this operates on Mondays and Fridays. Although here, I was able to get them into the same airport update since that's how they were laid out on the schedule that I made for around early April or so. Unfortunately, I didn't write down the exact date, but it was early April that I made these schedules. Next to Gate Alpha 5, we have the Southwest 737-700, parked in a bit of an unusual spot. I put it here at 5A because 5B is typically where United would like to park if they're there. This aircraft came in from Denver as flight 2832, arriving in at 2:54 p.m., a bit behind a 2:50 p.m. scheduled arrival, so only 4 minutes behind schedule for this aircraft. While checking PassWriter for some new frequencies or changes, aircraft changes and whatnot for Des Moines, I noticed that Frontier is going to send the A321 from Denver to Des Moines in mid-May. So pretty interesting stuff. I saw it was going to be a 3 times weekly service on that particular week. So it should be pretty interesting to see how that performs with the upgraded aircraft again. Although they have sent this in before. And they have sent in the 321 before, so I imagine that the increased passenger load, or whatever terminology you want to use here, the larger aircraft, there we go, that's much better. The larger aircraft in this case would work out better here for Des Moines. This is going to feel so nice. I finally don't have to hold up the tripod for the United Gate, so yes, very happy about that. We love to see it. At Gate Alpha 4, we have this United Airbus A319 coming in from Houston, George Bush Intercontinental as flight 2186. This arrived in at 10:19 p.m., a bit behind a 10:15 p.m. scheduled arrival, so just like the Southwest, this is behind by 4 minutes. I checked PassWriter, and again, I saw something pretty unique. United's going to send a 737 MAX 8 on the IAH route on May 24th. We'll see if that sticks, because the last time I reported on something like that, it was Denver to Sioux Falls in December of 2022, I think it was. They scheduled a 737 MAX 9, but they did not send that. It was a 739 instead. So I would not be totally surprised if that ends up happening. So we'll see what happens with that, and we'll take a look at that in the next Des Moines Airport update. Over at Gate Alpha 2, we had this United 737-800 with the Evo Blue livery. This aircraft came in from Chicago O'Hare as Flight 1576. Delayed arrival at 10:08 p.m., delayed from a 9:44 p.m. scheduled arrival, so this is behind by 24 minutes. And that is all the aircraft that we have here at Concourse A. We'll check out Concourse C to check out our American and Delta operations. At Gate Charlie 6, we have this American Airbus A319 with sharklets. This aircraft arrived in from DFW as Flight 1536 at 11:58 a.m., delayed from an 11:52 a.m. scheduled arrival, so delayed by 6 minutes for this aircraft. Moving over to Gate Charlie 7, we have this American Airbus A320 with the CFM engines. This aircraft came in from Charlotte as Flight 2962 at 11:56 a.m. ahead of a scheduled 12:12 p.m. arrival, so arriving just 2 minutes behind the A319S that was slightly delayed in this case. Next up at Gate Charlie 5, we have this American Eagle CRJ 900. This aircraft arrived in from Washington Reagan National as Flight 5388, operated by PSA Airlines, at 12:07 p.m., delayed from a 12:01 p.m. scheduled arrival, so behind by 6 minutes for this aircraft. Got a lot of smaller delays in this update, but certainly not horrible. It's better than having a 4 to 5 hour delay like we've had in some past airport updates. But anywho, some news for the Washington Reagan service. I saw that there will be an Envoy 175 sent in from Reagan on Saturdays in May. So pretty interesting stuff as they continue to send in the CRJ 900s for PSA from DCA. At Gate Charlie 3, we have this Delta Connection CRJ 900. This aircraft arrived in from Detroit as Flight 5099, operated by Endeavor Air, at 4:40 p.m., ahead of a scheduled 5:03 p.m. arrival. Nice 23-minute head start for the folks coming in from the DT Dubs. Last but certainly not least, at Gate Charlie 1, we have this Delta 717, our very usual Delta 717 from Atlanta. This aircraft arrived in as Flight 1704 at 11 a.m., ahead of a scheduled 11:19 a.m. arrival. That's all the aircraft we have here at the terminal for update number 41. Now let's transition over to the new terminal update, and hopefully we'll have some answers as to why gates Charlie 2 and 4 are not occupied in this update. So, here it is. And here we are with the new terminal update for the Des Moines International Airport for April of 2024. We got some great progress that has been made over the last month. Here's the first photo that I have from aviation.dsm. Again, thank you so much for your help on this segment. Appreciate your effort. Got some progress here with, I believe these are elevator shafts. And then here's a zoomed out angle with the construction crane and everything. Looks like several levels have been put up. What I assume would be part of the parking garage here, the new one that's going to go in for the new terminal. Some additional pictures will also show up as well of the parking garage. You can see it's right alongside the existing facilities that are present. And then here's a really good photo here. I like this. I'm not 100% sure what this is supposed to be. I think this is part of the parking garage still, but it does have some of the outside infrastructure installed on it with like this. It's not like a tile or anything. It's hard for me to describe this type of material, but overall it's looking really nice. And then here's a more zoomed out view from the other side on the airport road. As you can see, the fence blocking off part of the view from the road, just so you can't really see. But from this vantage point, you can really see the construction building up quite significantly with the Lift DSM project. So we're looking really good here for the project up to this point, and really excited to see what else we'll have in store as we move into May and into the rest of the summer. We'll have great progress to report on as we continue to move into some warmer months. The temperatures have been really good as of late, up in the 70s and 80s, and looks like it'll be that way for the foreseeable future, albeit with a couple drops in temperature, but we'll see about that when we get there. And I look forward to continuing this segment. So with that being said, that is the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.